Okay, great. So today's topic is on winterizing your business. So I'm sure all of us have came to a client and said, I can't wait to list your home. Let's go ahead and set the appointment. And they've said, nope, we're deciding to wait till the spring, or same thing with buyers, right? And yet right now is still a really great time. I'm even starting to get all of those objections right now. I'm like, y'all, it's October, how can you convey the value of listing or buying now versus waiting to the spring when all the competition? So do you want to start with buyers or sellers first?
Let's do sellers.
Okay, awesome. For me, one of the things that I like to convey value in is that January is typically the month for relocation. End of the year, beginning of the year, especially for like taxes and things like that. Employers are moving their clients, moving their employees now. And so all of those out-of-state buyers, they have a need. And it's especially a matter of those higher up homes where like your executives or your higher ups in corporations, they're going to be moving right now. And so one of the things that I like to say, especially like, I don't know about your guys' market, but like, I know where specific relocations are coming from. And so when I say, when I'm talking to sellers and I say, hey, did you know that a specific amount of employees are coming here to DFW by the end of this year, from Lordstown, Ohio, because we have a big GM plant here and they're all transitioning from Lordstown, Ohio here to DFW, or the Toyota plant or Google. And they're all coming down here. And so conveying that value to sellers to say, those higher ups, your home is listed at $450, we would price it there. This home is going to attract a specific buyer, right? And that's going to be somebody that's a little bit higher up in a company. So that's one of the things that I really like to hit on is relocation. What's something that you like to convey value with for sellers?
Well, every year around the winter months are actually my busiest months. So I always mention that to a seller when, one of my reasoning back with them is, well, it's actually my busiest months. And I feel as though jobs are a huge reason why people are moving, and I feel like they're more motivated, right? And with sellers, like they need to reach their goals within a certain time frame. So I feel as though it's so great to get with them because they're usually more motivated and they have to move because of a job, right? I was thinking about my sellers right now, or the ones that we are about to list within the next 30 days. And it's all because of a job. Most of it is because of a job, but I made some notes of these other people. Oh, divorce, death. And because someone actually just texted me before we got on this call, how she wants to be in this other school district for her kids because it's much better. And so there's like this real motivation there. So I tell the sellers, you're going to have much more motivated buyers. There's less inventory this time of year. You're not going to have that much competition. And so I think that's a huge value factor right there, is that inventory is lower.
Right.
Also,
interest
rates, like we know interest rates right now, we know that they're very low for buyers. So they're able to afford more house. And I can't predict what it's going to be like in spring. It can't possibly get any lower. And I don't know what the interest rates are going to be like in spring. People might have a hard time affording this house at that time. I can't predict that. You know what I mean?
Right. What I like to say in regards to interest rates, this really helps me, is when you put those numbers into perspective, like, okay, today with this interest rate, they can afford your home. If it goes up 1%, your home's no longer in their affordability factor.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's huge because we are so super low with interest rates right now.
Yeah, they really should take advantage.
Definitely. One of the things that I like to mention is that, especially the condition of their home. If their home is not in tip-top condition, or, they don't want to do any repairs, the value of competition is huge to hit on with them, to say that, in the spring, how many signs did you see going up for sale in your community? A lot, right? And so just imagine in the spring, you competing with all those other homes that are on the market. Do you want to compete with a home that has granite, wood floors, a pool, all of those things that they might have a, discovering moment to say, yeah, no, we don't want to compete with those simply because, we can't. Time factor always gets brought up, right? They're like, well, I don't want to move because then we have to inconvenience our family that comes in town for Thanksgiving. And then we go out of town for Christmas. And then what about the tree? You know what I mean? Like presents and all of those things. And what I like to tell them is that, hey, I can actually work with your schedule. Those days or those weeks where it might just be a little bit tougher, we can convey that to the agent and they can schedule accordingly. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that, yes, we're getting in front of all the buyers, but at the same time, you aren't having to inconvenience your entire family and extended family that comes into town.
Yeah. And I think buyers are a little bit more flexible. They're a little bit more understanding. Oh, okay. They have family in town. It's close to the holidays. They've got an event, all those things. They're a little bit more flexible in understanding.
One of the things that I like to say is you can expect higher quality showings and fewer showings.
Yes.
So during the spring and summer, you might average, a showing every other day. And now you might average, 1 to 2 a week. And that's okay. They're going to be way more motivated buyers because they have a need now versus in the spring or summer as just a want.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they're taking the time to go out in the cold air, depending on where you're at, the snow, ice, whatever, to go look at homes. It's because they are dead serious and set on it.
Yeah. I think you get less lowball offers also. And I think sellers, they need to sell sometimes too because of tax purposes. And I will say that, this objection comes up. And I think, you are getting the tools right now to come up with some reasonings of why it is beneficial to sell during these months. But I feel like have confidence. Be the professional, showcase these reasons, and they are going to believe in you. They're going to be like, yes, like you're totally right. I feel as though it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like I could fumble through all these things that I have and all these really good reasonings, but if I don't show up with confidence and I'm quick about it, they're just going to be like, no, I'm just going to wait. But there are going to be times that, you could be so confident and they're still going to be like, no, I want to wait till spring for whatever reason. I think that's perfectly fine. And just keep showing up, providing value to them. Ask them if they need your vendor list. Make sure you do that walkthrough with them. See if how you can help them to get them their house prepared to sell, to set them up for success so that when they are ready, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm calling Stevie. She's been over here a couple times. She sent me a Christmas card. She said, Happy New Year. She gave me a painter.
That's right. It's the agent. We go over this almost every single phone call, right, Stevie? It is the agent that stays in front of them, whether they decide to buy, sell in a week, a month, a year, 5 years. They're going to do it with the agent that stays in front of them, and that's providing that value for them. So come prepared with statistics, I truly think that if you pull, spring versus winter, and you're able to show that just as many homes sell, and then the percentages of what they sell, like the ratios, that can provide a tremendous amount of value to get that, shift their mindset, because clearly they have a mindset that no, homes sell quicker and for more money in the spring, which is not entirely true. So showing up and providing that data to those individuals so that you're, again, being the go-to and being the expert in their eye.